Howdy, folks. This is your good friend Hillbilly Scribbs here with you for another one of these here episodes of the truly bizarre world, exclusively on the Feeding the Monster podcast feeds YouTube's channel. And I got to tell you, folks, we are going to get into it today. That's right. We're going to be going deep into conspiracy theory land. And I said conspiracy theory. It's going to be more like conspiracy truths. I recently spent some time with my new therapist, Dr. Mindbender, and he's been helping me with some hypnotherapy and some other things to help me recall my repressed memories. And been finding out a lot of stuff, been learning a lot of stuff about myself and about my past. And we're going to get into that right here, right now, today. Episode 12, Project MK Ultra. Yeah, now getting back to what I was saying, thanks in no small part to the patience and generous and kind nature of that there Dr. Mindbender, I've been able to rediscover a lot of my memories that I had forgotten. And I've learned a lot about myself, a lot about my past. I've also done a lot of investigating research to fact check these memories that have been unlocked. But here's what I can tell you. I was abducted by the U.S. government, and they performed experiments on me as part of a secret program called MK Ultra. And they gave me superpowers. Here's what I've been finding out. When it was first created, Project MK Ultra was tasked with using all kinds of different efforts to create mind control and to control its subjects. And it relied on such techniques as using high doses of LSD, psychotropic mushrooms, and mezcal. It also used chemicals and electroshock therapy. They also used hypnosis and sensory deprivation. And also, on occasion, there was some verbal abuse, torture, and just all-around naughtiness that went on.
It's time.
Now, the more that these rascals experimented on us, they found that they were able to unlock, unleash, and harness our superpowers and abilities. Superpowers and abilities that we all possess, but that only manifest themselves when we are exposed to special crystals and gases from the moon. And they did this to us and found that we not only had special abilities and powers, but we could also do really good karates and kung fu's and jujitsus and other martial arts. And this was when they decided to create a team of us, the Project MK Ultra team. Now, the timing of all of this could not have been more perfect. As it so happens, every so many years, I don't know, the moons and the planets and the stars get lined up just right, and it creates a portal that opens up between our realm, the Earth realm, and this other realm. And in this other realm, there's a lot of bad guys. There's like this really crazy, mean emperor who is like bent on like ruling all of the realms. So like to keep that from happening, a lot of the ancient gods put into effect this tournament, right? So champions from each realm get to go fight at this tournament. And it's kind of like the Kumite tournament in Bloodsport, except for there's a lot of crazy, weird fighters with superpowers in this thing. And our world is on the line. So our special team was put together, and we went and fought these guys. We fought the Goros and the Sub-Zeros and the Scorpions, and we were finally able to defeat their general, Shang Tsung. Yeah, so it turns out we were all heroes. We saved the day. Yeah. And, it also so happens, that the super kung fu and the lightning karate that I learned I'm a master of is really just scratching the tip of the iceberg with these secret government projects. And turns out I was actually involved in a whole bunch of other ones. We'll talk about them another time. Yeah, there's a whole thing where I went to Montauk, New York, and they taught me how to time travel. Now, if you've got a story or a topic idea for the truly bizarre world, the best thing to do is to download the Anchor app onto your mobile device. And you can go on there and look up the Feeding the Monster podcast feed and leave us a voice message. And, it's just like making a phone call and leaving a message, except for you only got a minute to do it. And you know what? That's actually a good thing, because it keeps the super secret government agencies from tracking your calls. That's right. And you can also drop comments, questions, and ideas for future show topics right down there in the comments section as well. So we'll be watching for them, and you never know, you might be part of a future truly bizarre world. Now, also, if you enjoyed today's episode and enjoyed the stuff I remembered thanks to Dr. Mindbender, you can also learn about some of my therapy sessions with Dr. Mindbender over on the Hoot and Hollar podcast on Mondays, here on the Feeding the Monster podcast feed. There's a new special segment that we're doing called the Truly Bizarre Minute as part of that podcast. And Dr. Mindbender and his therapy sessions with me will be included in that. So check those out. And while you're over there, keep listening on Tuesday, and you can hear our main show, Are We Wearing Pants? And on that show, Mark and Thomas and John and Corey and Jeff get together, and they really do muck things up and make a mess of things. But it is a glorious disaster every week. And if you like watching that disaster, you can usually catch them recording it because they live stream it now on the YouTube channels, and that usually happens on the weekends. And also on Wednesdays, you can catch Mark Kammerer with his Rantings of a Maniac podcast. On Thursday, you can catch Corey Morissette with his Power of Positive Geeking podcast. And on Fridays, you can catch the FTM Commentaries, where the Pants Panel gets together and watches movies and TV shows and talks about them while they're watching it, which is usually kind of rude, but in this case, it's kind of entertaining. And then, what else? What am I leaving out? Oh, we got the other YouTube shows. So on Fridays, Mark Kammerer is back with his Friday Night Dive, and he has started live streaming that on the FTM YouTube's channel. And, on Saturdays, you got the Truly Bizarre World. I think that's all of it. So make sure you check it all out. It's all good stuff. It's all highly entertaining. And like you just learned from watching this, it's also highly educational. But until next time, you folks, keep it real, keep it weird, and keep it glorious.